Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to explore a series of truly remarkable animals. Let me tell you, these animals are not your average creatures. Throughout history, there have been countless examples of animals performing remarkable acts to save humans. Whether it's a sled dog braving a blizzard, or a gorilla rescuing a child, these furry creatures have proven that they are more than just cute and cuddly companions. So, sit back, and get ready to be amazed by the bravery and selflessness of these animal heroes. And who knows, maybe you'll even be inspired to train your own pet to save the world one day. But first, let's dive into the incredible stories of animals that have risked it all to protect their human counterparts. 1. Balto, the sled dog. Dogs have been used for transport in Alaska for thousands of years, by various indigenous groups such as the Inupiaq and Ute. In the late 1800s, dog teams became essential for transportation and communication during the Gold Rush era. In the early 1900s they were crucial for mail delivery too. In 1925, a deadly diphtheria outbreak struck the remote town of Nome, Alaska. The town was cut off from the rest of the world by a fierce blizzard, and the only way to get the life-saving medicine to the people was by dog sled. That's where Balto and his team of sled dogs came in. Balto was the lead dog on the final leg of the journey, a treacherous 53-mile stretch across the frozen tundra. Despite blinding winds, and temperatures well below freezing, Balto and his team pressed on, determined to deliver the medicine to the town. After a grueling 20 hours, Balto and his team arrived in Nome with the medicine, saving countless lives in the process. Balto became a national hero, hailed for his bravery and dedication to the people of Nome. Balto's achievement is celebrated to this day with the yearly Iditarod race across Alaska, a 900-plus-mile dog sled race across Alaska where dog teams and their musher compete to cross the country as quickly as possible. 2. Dolphins. These intelligent creatures are known for their ability to detect danger and come to the aid of humans in distress. In fact, there are countless stories of dolphins saving humans from sharks and other threats. One such story took place in 2007, off the coast of California. A surfer named Todd Endress was attacked by a 15-foot, 5 meters, great white shark, and things were looking pretty dire. Luckily for Endress, a pod of dolphins appeared out of nowhere and formed a protective ring around Todd. The dolphins kept the shark at bay until he was able to make it to shore. Finally, Endress was able to receive some aid when emergency medics arrived. He was treated with 500 dissolvable stitches and 200 staples. "You could see my lungs when they were sewing me up," he said in an interview. Despite having more reason than most to dislike sharks, Endress would go on to become a vocal advocate for the protection of great whites. In 2004, a group of 4 swimmers in New Zealand was saved from another great white shark when a pod of dolphins once again saved the day. Swimming tight circles around the swimmers for more than 40 minutes, the dolphins wouldn't leave until the swimmers had watched the shark lose interest and swim away. These are just two of the many recorded stories of dolphins saving humans at sea. So, if you ever find yourself in trouble in the ocean, keep an eye out for these friendly flippant creatures. You never know when they might just save your life. 3. Cher Amy, the carrier pigeon. Pigeons have been used for communication for almost a millennia. Reportedly, even Genghis Khan used them for their natural homing abilities. This attribute means that a pigeon will always fly back home. They can be transported to the front lines or point of interest, and when released they will fly straight home with your message attached. In the 1910s, the telegraph was the primary mode of long-distance communication, but it had limitations in areas without infrastructure. Pigeons were trained to carry messages from the front lines to headquarters, or from the battlefield to behind enemy lines. They were also used to communicate with pilots in planes before the invention of radios. During World War I, both sides used pigeons extensively, with an estimated 100,000 pigeons serving in the war effort. Pigeons were valued for their ability to fly long distances, navigate, and deliver messages quickly, even in adverse conditions. These brave birds were able to fly through enemy lines and deliver messages quickly and efficiently. One such pigeon was Cher Amy. Cher Amy was tasked with delivering an urgent message to American forces during the Meuse-Argonne offensive in 1918. Behind German lines, Major Whittlesey and 196 of his men were surrounded on 3 sides, and being bombarded unknowingly by friendly fire on the 4th side. With traditional communication cut off, the first 3 messenger pigeons were shot down by German soldiers. The 4th, and last pigeon, was Cher Amy. She was shot multiple times while carrying the message, but managed to make it through and deliver the message despite her injuries. Her actions saved the lives of hundreds of soldiers. In addition to receiving medals, a wooden prosthetic leg was crafted for her, yes, in 1919, and she was then returned to the US. While you'd be forgiven for thinking that carrier pigeons are a thing of the past. As recently as the 2010s, India was capturing pigeons believed to be Pakistani spies. Islamic State was also reported to use pigeons for untraceable communication. 4. Binti Jua, the gorilla. Whilst we all know about the tragic events of Harambe, at Cincinnati Zoo in 2016, there have been similar situations with very different outcomes. In 1996, a young boy fell into the gorilla exhibit at the Brookfield Zoo in Illinois. The situation could have ended in tragedy, but one animal stepped up to protect the boy. Binti Jua, a rare western lowland gorilla. She cradled him in her arms and kept the other gorillas at bay until zookeepers were able to rescue the boy. Binti Jua's actions were incredibly significant because they challenged the negative stereotypes that many people held about gorillas. She showed that these animals are capable of empathy and compassion, and that they can form strong bonds with humans. A similar interaction happened in 1986 at a British zoo. After a 5-year-old boy fell into the enclosure, the 200-kilogram silverback male gorilla was seen to protect the boy from the other gorillas until he could be rescued. 5. Tracker, the NYPD police dog. After the attacks on the World Trade Center on September 11, 2001, rescue teams worked tirelessly to search for survivors in the rubble. Of the roughly 300 dog and handler teams who helped with the rescue effort, one was a police dog named Tracker. Towards the end of the rescue effort, Tracker was able to sniff out a woman who was buried 30 feet below the rubble. Despite the dangerous and unstable conditions, this woman was saved and became the last rescue from the 9/11 tragedy. The heroic efforts of Tracker earned him the title of Dog of the Year in 2001, and he became a symbol of hope and resilience in the wake of the tragedy. From Balto the sled dog, to Cher Amy the messenger pigeon, we've seen some truly incredible acts of endurance and loyalty. Yet there are so many stories beyond these. It's easy to forget that animals are more than just companions, or exhibits. They are intelligent, empathetic creatures, with the capacity to do amazing things. So, if you enjoyed learning about these amazing animals, or you simply have a curiosity for the world around you, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join us for more fascinating insights.